starting the stream. Okay, the channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Woohoo!
Yay! I am Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master. Our players tonight, David Archambault as Dianok.
Well, facing down a god. Sounds like a Tuesday.
Jason Banks as Exel.
Still very hot in here.
Lee Burdett as Flounce.
I promise the next time I get something really cool and magic-y, I will read all of the directions. I promise.
I can help you with that.
Paul Weimer as Xenophon. Sorry, I almost was going to call you by Nobilis's character.
Whoops. With this verdant land threatened by creatures of fire, the Order of the Golden Prawn is here to face their ire.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, Nobilis as Kenthan.
I used to be all about roasts and broils and boils, and I'm really thinking that I have been ignoring the values cold cuts.
Have we considered going to a cold place for a while?
Have you considered the art of gelato?
So let's talk about where we last left the Order of the Golden Prawn. It's been a minute since we last played this game, but you had been in the land of Tletepec, and you were following up on the reports of increased volcanic and earthquake activity. And so you were looking into that, and you heard that not only were there these increased earthquakes and volcanic activity, but you met a woman named Amayali who had sent a team of her town's warriors to go investigate what was going on, not realizing when she sent them how dangerous everything actually was. And so as a result, they've gone missing, and she asked you, in addition to trying to help solve the mystery of what's going on in general, if you could keep an eye out for her missing warriors, that would be great. And so you traveled through this land, and you made your way to this observatory where people study the volcanoes. And in the process of escaping from a tower collapsing due to earthquake, you rescued the head volcanologist, who let you all know he believed that the increased activity was the result of a Tleshalot, which is an ancient volcanic spirit or an ancient fire spirit rumored to slumber in the calderas of volcanoes. And so they dispatched you to the Gate of Illumination, which is a temple at the base of the volcano known as Jade Mount. On the way, you picked up a dancer by the name of Olin, who is flamboyant and excited and just wants to help people. And finding a group of powerful adventurers to tag along and watch your back seemed like a great idea, so they have come along to assist you. You also met a fire giant who warned you that what the various salamanders and fire snakes were doing across the land is stealing offerings meant for the gods that are supposed to keep the volcanoes from going off.
Mm-hmm.
You made your way into this temple, and you fought some fire snakes and salamanders. As you are currently in this opening set of 3 rooms, one salamander remains who was already critically injured when you arrived and surrendered promptly when you defeated their colleagues. They explained that the intent of stealing all of these offerings is to wake all of the other Tleshalots in the area, which, given what has already resulted from one being awake, awakening all the others sounds catastrophic. This remaining salamander has no interest in continuing that plan. They just want to go home. But the one awakened Tleshalot named Izel doesn't seem like they would be on board, and they are currently guarding the only portal. So here you are. You have not yet proceeded further into the temple. You know that there is at least one more salamander between you and where the Tleshalot is. You have not yet found the warriors. You know that in this eastern room of the three that you're in, there's a set of 3 statues, and 2 of them were missing something. You've already found the item for one of them. The other one is in one of the remaining temple rooms. Order of the Golden Prawn, what would you like to do?
And what was the color of the statue that's still missing something?
Blue. The one that's
Blue.
the one that's missing something is blue. So there are signs at the bottom in Ignan, which is the primordial fire dialect. The statue that there's the statue of Lucas, who traveled on the wind, which is a white tiefling statue offering a sculpted ring to the heavens and holding an urn. That is the one that you replaced the urn. There is the Lilva, the red stone statue of a dwarf holding a large urn as if about to take a drink. That's Lilva, who brewed the waters of the gods. And then there's the blue statue of Patix, who brought the rain with a seed. And that one is a human holding up a seed, offering it to the heavens, and other arm crooked as though holding something that's missing. And that's the one that's still missing. You also discovered that when you placed the white urn back in the white statue, it filled up with oil, some kind of oil.
I've forgotten. Did we determine whether that oil had anything magical about it?
I don't know that you made that determination. This was all happening right towards the end of the session.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah, I
also
don't think
go
we
ahead
did
and
that.
say, because of where we ended the session, it made the investigation a little bit abbreviated. I'll say that you also found in some of the debris in the western room that there was a sand-colored pouch embroidered with colorful, geometrically stylized animals that seemed significant in some way.
Oh, well, that does seem useful.
See what's in the pouch?
Well, let's see. So when you look in the pouch, when you just glance in there, what it seems to have is a collection of small, fuzzy, sort of little blobs.
I know what that is. Canthan doesn't know what that is.
Yeah, as a player, I know what that is.
Hmm.
I don't know either. I don't know. The player and the
Given
characters
that some
not
of the
know.
some of the players know in the meta, so how about this? We can the opportunity of some of the characters who would like to make an Arcana check maybe can see if they know.
I have Arcana. Let me give that a shot.
Let me give that a shot too.
Or why not? We can all try.
Natural
23?
20.
Well, I probably should
Oh,
have
I
said
think
one
you did
person
it.
should do it with advantage, but that's fine.
Yeah,
So
I got
natural 20. Yeah, you recognize that this is what is known as a bag of tricks. There are a couple of different versions of them, but the short version is that if you reach with an action, pull one of the fuzzy objects from the bag and throw it, it will transform into a random creature that will then fight for you.
Oh boy.
What are you making a claim on it, Dianok?
Oh no. I'm just remembering,
Steve?
out of character about how other games have used bags of tricks, and apparently the guy who got it kept rolling goats.
Mm.
Huh. But we do seem to keep acquiring items that
Yeah.
bring out things. Hopefully, they're not as disagreeable as
Mhm.
Steve is sometimes.
Well, so whoever would like to hold it can add a 10 bag of tricks to their inventory.
Perhaps Flounce.
No, I've already got Steve. I feel somebody
Well,
else should have
if
the
I
honor.
understand you correctly, Steve can't be used to
Yeah. No,
again
he
today.
All right.
yeah, no, he can't. But that's it. I think somebody else should
See,
get this.
I've usually got plenty to do in a fight. No,
Yeah.
you know what? I think Xenophon should carry it. I think.
Yeah,
Xenophon-
that
Okay.
sounds
Yeah.
like a good idea.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
because
have-
I'm not supposed to be in the middle of a combat. So okay.
Right.
Let's have the
Well,
other
it gives you
have
something to throw
have
in
the
between
fuzzy
you and a
creatures.
monster, you know?
Yes, that'd
Yeah.
be helpful. Okay, I will add it to my character
Yeah.
sheet. 10
Can,
bag.
yes.
Okay, got it. Cool.
See, we can share.
So it looks like, if what this other one said is correct, there's going to be another salamander on the other side of this door.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should open up and try and defeat it before it can act.
How about we ask the salamander we've got here if there are any others of his brethren that just want to go home? And how would we signal that? It's like, hey, just let us by, and once we figure out what to do with this thing, you can go home.
So
Might make our travels a lot easier.
Olin kind of says, do you want to try to condense that into a short question?
Well, that question is mostly for my friends. I mean, he can't be the only one that just wants to go home. What do you think?
Perhaps ask him, are there any others that wish to go home, that wish to stop fighting?
Olin speaks to the salamander in Ignan, and the salamander hisses and pops and reply. And Olin says, probably, but the one to the north is certainly not among their number, and Easel is guarding the only way home in any case.
Okay.
So it looks like the only way through is violence.
Yeah.
All right, then we have to, then we should employ some violence. It's one of the things we do. Sometimes, not always, but this time we a good sword thrust might be necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps we get kind of in position and hold attacks to see if we can get get things done before that one has the chance to react.
I've got a purple dot on me. What is that?
I believe those were Bardic. You have a use of a
Yeah.
Bardic inspiration that you have not
Okay.
used.
Okay.
Yeah, I was throwing it around pretty wildly there. So
Okay.
all right, let's do this.
Yeah.
We should be
Kent
careful.
steps up to the front. He's ready to go through the door first. Flounce,
should
you
be-
with me?
Yep. I'm with you.
We should
Polearm-
be careful.
Polearm team is ready.
What's that, Axel?
I was to say we should be careful not to break the other container for the pedestals. The other salamander said it was in that room.
Yep.
I do
Yes.
plan on being direct in that way. So
All right.
I'm ready. I'm going to be ready to cast Tasha's Mind Whip when the door opens.
All right.
All right.
Anybody else
Okay,
ready in attacks?
Okay.
Uh,
Looks like everybody's in position now.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Okay.
How's Ollie feeling?
Olin?
Oh, Olin? Yeah.
Olin. Oh, wait, I say
I mean,
Ollie.
Olin is just like I'm ready when you are.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, contact.
Boom.
All right. So what I'm going to actually go ahead and have us do is roll initiative. Do
Mhm.
all of you see yourselves on the turn tracker already, or do I need to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I see myself.
Yes.
Good. So we're going to go ahead and roll initiative, but this is, as established, we're essentially doing a surprise round here.
Ooh.
Oh, ow.
Slow bard.
Whoa. Okay. 2 of you so far have rolled a natural 1 on your initiative.
Wow. My 7 is. I thought my 7 was terrible, but I'm looking at the other numbers and they're not good. Oh boy. Oh boy.
All right. Has everyone got their correct number in there?
Yep.
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 All right. So, it's going to be a surprise round. I think that's what we're going to do instead of,
Ready actions.
yeah. Uh,
Mhm.
so I think in this context, I think what makes sense is we will say combat begins when someone shoves the door open.
Okay.
All right. So,
So we like starting things. If Flounce and I are opening the doors, are we starting things
So
on
yes,
that round and then
okay,
going back to the top?
No.
Okay.
We begin combat when someone shoves the door open. Then we are in a surprise round with the initiative we just rolled.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So we have just opened the doors and now.
Well,
now ignition
so I'm
starts.
waiting for you to say that someone's opening the doors. and
I'm
then-
opening the
Yeah,
doors.
all right. Then.
Yeah. Yep.
That wasn't supposed to be so complicated.
Well,
I'm ready.
All right.
Yep.
So, certainly, the doors have just been shoved open. They're what you see through the doorway. Crates and heaps of supplies surround a stone altar with a flame burning in a depression at its center. Stone double doors lead to the north and south. The door to the north is carved with the image of a frilled lizard-like creature amid flames. There is a salamander there who had been sorting through all of these different offerings and looks up in alarm as you open the door. Exel, begin.
Eldritch Blast.
Okay. I think you're kind of firing past a lot of your friends. I'm going to give it half cover.
12 doesn't hit, does it?
No.
No. Alrighty. Second shot. Natural. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. 20.
Okay, a 20 does hit, yeah.
So close. I have my digital dice on and it almost landed on 20. I was so excited.
Oh, that'd been nice. That'd been nice.
It would have. Oh, decent damage.
All right.
8 points.
8 points of force damage.
And if I could push him, I would, but looks like he's right up against
he's
the wall.
already kind of against the wall, yeah.
That's my turn.
All right. Dianok.
Intelligence save.
Okay.
DC 15.
Whip it good.
It gets a 2.
14 damage.
Ooh.
And it cannot take a reaction until the end of its next turn, and it must choose whether it gets a move, an action, or a bonus action, and only one of the 3.
Okay.
Oof.
And
Yeah,
that's just for one round?
Yes.
Okay.
Just one round.
All right, let me put a dot on it to remember. Okay. You doing anything else?
Just gonna move a little to the side so others can get a clearer shot.
All right, Xenophon.
Okay, I look at the salamander and say, Wizard of Elemental Fire, your fate is indubitably dire, and I will vicious mockery it. Or try
Okay.
to. Wisdom save,
All right.
Mr. Salamander, or salamander of gender we don't know.
They got a 19.
Okay, so they succeed. So my words fall on deaf salamandic ears. But that is all I'm doing. Let's see. Well, two people in front of me have inspiration. That's fun. Actually, I think I've inspired everybody I possibly can. So I'm good at the moment.
All right. Okay, Flounce.
All right. Does anybody remember whether or not I've used chromatic orb yet?
I believe you did use it
I
last
think you
time.
did. Yes.
You
Yeah.
did.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
you did.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to use entangle.
Okay. It makes it
So strength 13.
All right. Wow, it rolled a natural 1, so that's going to fail.
So it is restrained.
Ooh.
And that's a 20-foot square centered on him.
Okay.
Since he's pretty much that big.
No, he's 10 feet square.
Oh, he's 10 feet square. Okay, yeah.
But
But if
yeah.
it's centered on him, then it'll extend out into the,
Yeah. So I'll
into the rest of the
basically
bit.
like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and that's pretty much what I can do. I just wanted to make sure he couldn't really move. And so
Mhm.
I'm going to get out of the way for the next.
Oh, great.
Um,
Okay.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
no, actually, never mind. I don't want to do that. Cancel. All right, cancel. All right, I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2. I'm going to come in here
Okay.
so that if it, I can't really do the opportunity attack, but I can, try and get him if he comes to the door. I'll be in a place where I can slash at him.
Okay. All right. Can't then.
I will step over to here and reaching through the vines, attack with my halberd. I believe that since he's restrained, I have advantage.
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, only a 9 on my first
Ooh.
attack.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
Critical hit on the second one, though.
That will.
Yay!
That will hit. Wow.
14 points of slashing damage.
Okay. So 14 points of slashing damage. And the thing that I remembered only halfway through the last combat is that they are resistant to non-magical
Weapons, yeah.
bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing. So 7.
I looked at the roll that it done there, and it looks like it only did 1 die.
Oh yeah, that's not the crit roll. So go ahead and roll another.
So add another 8 damage to that. It's 22 total.
Okay, 22. So it'll take 11.
Right. And
Oops, I'm drawing little square boxes.
and yeah, that's my round.
Okay. It is Olin's turn. And okay. Some of these things are not there we go. Okay, Olin I think is going to cast Sacred Flame on it. When they're restrained, is that just disadvantage on dex saves, or is it they automatically fail? Anyone remember?
Restrained by the plant can use its action. It doesn't say.
Okay.
No,
It's
they on the
it's
on
disadvantage.
Okay.
It's disadvantage. You have, let's see, speed moves to 0, can't benefit from bonuses to speed, and attack rolls against them have advantage, while theirs have disadvantage, and they also have disadvantage on dex saves.
That's exactly what I thought. Thank you. So yes, they fail that sacred flame
See?
save, so they take 12 radiant damage. I think Olin probably moved over to here to get line of sight
See
there.
it, yeah.
All right. It is now the salamander's turn. I think it looks around in fear. It's going to try to break the restrained grapple, I believe. So that's another strength save, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Got a 13 this time, which I think you
That-
said was the DC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was the DC.
So it does break free from the restraint. However, because of the mind whip or whatever it was, I think
Yep.
with taking an action, it can't do anything else that time.
Correct.
All right. So it is no longer restrained, but it is now otherwise shakes its head free of the psychic influence. But Exel, your turn again.
Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Go with the dance that brought you.
Yep, that is a
If
dirty
you
20.
step forward a little bit, you won't have cover.
Oh, okay.
Although a 20 hits anyway. There you go.
And damage for that one. Yes.
I doubt it comes through on the microphone at all, but my upstairs neighbor, as far as I can tell, must vacuum their apartment every day. And they do it at this time in the evening.
I guess everybody has their rituals. I
Yeah.
don't know.
What I
you
hear
know-
are the
you know-
wheels of the vacuum going back and forth on the hardwood floor. Like I don't
Some
hear the
people
motor
just
of it.
really, really, really love Cheetos. That's, I mean,
Yeah,
This is true.
Okay, so I think
the
that
first one
the
hits.
first one hits.
Yeah. Second one did not. It was a natural one.
Yeah, in fact, I think with that natural one, I'm not gonna have you like hit Canthan or anything, but I think what you see is that sitting on the altar near it was this beautiful just a second. Oh, okay, never mind, sorry. Triffity Match was saying in the chat, I can't hear it. And for a second, I thought they were saying can't hear the stream. And I'm like, oh no. But fortunately, I think it's just can't hear the sound.
Okay.
If you could confirm that and allow my heart to restart beating, that would be great. But in any case, I think there's some, confirmed. Okay.
Okay.
So there was this beautiful little paper craft hot air balloon that someone had made with great care to honor the gods, and you accidentally missed the salamander and explode that little offering.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, but yes, you did hit with that first one. Anything else for your turn?
Nope, it was just those 8 points of damage.
Okay.
I
All
thought
right.
I hit the base.
Great. So that makes Dianok next.
Okay. Because I want to conserve, I'm going to toss acid at the salamander. So that's a dex save.
Okay, so they're no longer at disadvantage. But they still only got a 13.
They did not save.
Okay,
And that's 11 damage.
nice. They're already looking pretty rough here. Helps when you get a whole round of surprise actions and then it only got to use its turn to break a grapple on the next
Yeah.
round. Okay. Anything else, Dianok?
Nope.
Okay, Xenophon, you're up.
We're going to move to here. And let's try this vicious mockery again. Let's try Salamander of Scales Red. My words alone can kill you dead.
Well, it got a 16, though.
It saves again. Dang it. My rhyme schemes are failing. This is
No,
This is
I
terrible.
think that the salamanders are, so if you think about their whole thing here, they have been summoned by what to them is a godlike entity, and they're here doing its bidding. They're kind of like, they're true believers here. At least some of
They're
them are.
they're on a mission
Yeah.
from God.
Yep. So in any case, he is able to resist your psychic influence there.
Yep. So yep, that's all I'm doing.
All right, Flounce, you're up.
All right. Hmm, Firebolt would be a bad idea. Um.
Well, and a
Oh.
non-helpful one at least.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to take a step forward and poke it with my sword,
Okay.
because we can try and chop at it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is 19 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
For 10 points of slashing damage, so 5, I guess.
Yep. And you take 5 fire damage as it spatters you.
Mhm.
Oh, I forgot
Right.
about that. Yeah.
15.
15 just hits.
Okay, and another 7 points of slashing damage, so I guess that's 3.
Right.
Ooh.
And then you take another 10 fire damage. But it is
Okay.
looking pretty rough.
Okay, I will accept that injury.
I think it is definitely smelling like burning hair in the room.
Oh!
Yes,
Oh,
but
that's that's a rare bit.
Uh,
Oh, you just made it worse.
All right. Okay.
Use that in vicious mockery. Jeez.
that's all, Doc.
Okay, Canthan, you're up.
I know better than to step up to that thing. I am attacking with my halberd from back here.
Well, remember, Flounce
Um,
can only use their halberd when they're big.
Yeah. Well, I know. Well, anyways,
Anyway.
yeah. I'm going to use a bonus action to use Fighting Spirit
Okay.
to give me an advantage, and 5 temporary hit points, which I feel I'm probably going to need. And here we go with attacking with the halberd. 21
Hits.
for 7 slashing,
Okay.
and a 13, which probably does not hit.
Correct. It
All right.
yeah, it glances across its
Inspiration.
scales. Oh, you do have inspiration.
Yeah, let me use that. It's a 1d8.
Yep.
4 makes a 17.
That hits.
Okay. For another 7 slashing.
All right.
So picking away at it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
It's looking really unhappy.
Staying where I am.
Yeah. Olin is going to do another sacred flame. Saving the bigger
Yes.
stuff for a possible fight with the fleshlight.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's going to try the dex save. But it succeeds that time, gets a dirty 20. Oh, drat, says Olin.
Mhm.
And it is the salamander's turn now. So I think it is going to attack a certain rabbit. So first it attacks with its spear, but only gets a 10 to hit, so that probably...
Nope.
Okay.
Not good
Yeah.
enough.
And then I think it's actually going to attack Canthan with its tail, which it has a 10-foot reach on.
Mhm. Mhm.
And only gets an 11 to hit, so...
Okay. Sweep that out aside with my halberd.
Yeah, so it stabs with a spear and misses, and it slashes with its tail and misses, and then looks to you back and forth, and then I think in Ignan it says, "Can't we talk about this?" Axel, it's your turn. Oh, we don't hear you.
2 more Eldritch Blast. That is
Okay.
a 23.
That hits.
And a second, real quick. Let's do better this time. Nope. So the second one was a 9. So that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. 9 points.
Okay. It can't take another one like that, but unfortunately, you only hit with the first one.
Yep, that's my turn.
All right. D-Knock.
Well, I can't understand what it said, so acid.
All right. Is that another dex save?
Dex.
Yeah. I got a 13.
That fails. DC 15.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Okay. Well, how does your acid finish off this salamander?
It hissing and spitting, trying to say, can we think about this? And the glove just lands in its mouth and just tumbles down its skull and just.
Mm-hmm. So, as you have seen before, it sort of crumbles into smoldering charcoal ash, collapsing into nothing but ashes. So, the salamander has been defeated. Do you keep your entangle up?
No.
Fonts?
No, it's dismissed.
Okay, so the vines wither away, revealing the remainder of the room. As mentioned, the room is sort of filled with partially sorted offerings of a variety of things, foodstuffs and colorful crafts. The edges of the room hold hundreds of pounds of such goods, all of which look to have been made of, flammable things, right? Like it's not metals, it's stuff that can burn. Mm-hmm. There is at the north a 10-foot tall stone double door. Looks similar in construction but heavier than the one that you just did. You suspect that one is not going to be quite so easy to just kick open. Like it could be opened, but not without sort of the scraping it along the stone floor. That's going to definitely alert everything in the room. But there is the altar also that has the candle-sized flame in a bowl-sized depression on its surface.
Oh,
And what would you like to do?
Enoch would like to look for that missing part for the statue.
Okay. You are able to find it without difficulty. It is amongst all the other offerings. You find a blue stone urn.
Oh, well done.
Perhaps we should replace this and see if maybe this might provide an alternate solution.
Yes, we should
Indeed.
put it in immediately.
Hmm?
Is there anything else of import in the stuff that's in the room, or is it just the offerings and foodstuffs?
All the rest of it seems to be the offerings that must have been stolen from various, pilgrims to the temples and so on.
All right.
So
So
you
let's-
return to the statues and replace the blue urn on the blue statue. When you do that, let's see. The urn fills magically with water.
Did
The
Oil,
seed
water.
with the water,
Mhm.
oil with the
So the north one is the white statue that's got the urn that now holds oil. The south one is the blue statue that now holds water. The red statue in the middle holds a large urn as if to take a drink that's empty.
Oh, okay. We have a puzzle.
I
hmm.
I want to look around on the walls to see if there's any imagery to give us instructions on what to do next.
Olin reminds you that the engraving on the middle statue, on the three statues from top to bottom, Lucas, who traveled on the wind, Lilva, who brewed the waters of the gods, and Patax, who brought the rain with a seed.
Brought the rain with a seed.
And so, yeah, the north statue has offering a sculpted ring to the heavens, and then the urn that has oil. The Lilva is holding the urn as if to drink from it, and then Patax is holding up a seed and the urn with water.
And these, when we set the urns on the pedestals, they magically filled, right? As soon as we
Correct.
did it.
Yeah.
But nothing happened with the middle one.
Correct.
Hmm.
Wonder if we need to put the water in the urn.
Yeah, maybe put
Give
the
her a
the
drink.
two things in. I think both should go. If they filled
Yeah.
up and that one stays empty.
I pick up the water urn.
Mm-hmm.
Does it stay filled?
Yeah.
So Theonok is going to go ahead and pour some of that water into the urn that in the position to be drank.
Okay. How much do you pour in there? You think if you empty the urn into the center one, it'll only be about half full.
Yeah, I'm going to empty it in there.
All right.
I'll pour the other one into it too. The oil.
Okay. So as you add the water and the oil together into the red urn, you see them definitely begin to mix as though something is happening magically. There's a bit of a glow from within the urn.
Definitely backing up.
The result seems to be some bright red fluid.
Hmm.
I will pull out my trusty ladle.
Yeah.
You're a chef, of course. You have a
Some
ladle.
out
Mm-hmm.
and give it a smell test and then maybe taste it.
Well, so in the long-standing but in real-world nonsensical rule of D&D, where that you can taste a little bit of a potion and know what it does, because that's like it's a fine rule, but it's for narrative convenience, obviously, because in the real world, you know, kids do not try this at home. Tasting just a little bit of something is not only not likely to be harmless, but also won't tell you what it is. Okay, but you discover that this appears to have brewed up potions of fire resistance, and there is enough in the urn for 3 doses.
3 doses.
I'd say definitely Flounce and Panthan.
All right.
Yep.
I will take that ladleful and drink it down and hold the ladle out to Flounce.
Absolutely.
I
Fluffy
think
is flammable.
Yes, and you guys get up and close and personal with this thing.
Yeah.
I also think that you should take it. Seeing as you are far more efficient at healing and keeping us safe than I am.
Okay, I will take the 3rd dose then.
Olin just says, "That's fine, although I'm healing too, so just saying." I'm not trying to get the potion. I'm just trying to get credit.
You are healing only.
Excellent. Axel looks at him and cocks his head a little bit, his ears kind of uneven for a second, and he just goes, "Well, you can just stick close to me. It'll be okay."
They sidle up and put one arm around your shoulder and say, "Okay."
You asked for it. You got it.
He's Axel is surprisingly fluffy. It seems that the undead image is more of a superficial thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Snuggle Bunny's got a snuggle.
Indeed.
Very soft.
Oh boy.
Although I will say, I don't feel super sure and confident that we will be able to talk our way out of whatever's in that other room if this is what these pedestals brew.
Yeah. I might not be able to persuade this thing. to stand down.
Well, I mean, in in the Pleshalot's defense, I think that these statues were put here before they woke up and started causing all these problems. But doesn't hurt.
Yep.
It does
Yeah.
not.
Right.
Well, given
What
that,
should we do with all the rest of those offerings in there?
I think that we should clear the temple and then make offerings to the gods.
Yeah, we deal with the flesh a lot, and then we will deal with the offerings properly as per the customs and rituals of your people.
I, would there be any way of knowing if doing offerings now would have any effect on what's
Well,
behind the door?
I think go ahead and make a religion check.
25.
Ah, you think, based on what you've heard about the rituals here and the way these offerings are done, is that burning the offerings with intention, right? Like the idea of saying we are burning this as offering to the gods, as opposed to just like to get rid of it, right? Like doing that, which could be done at this altar, is a perfectly acceptable way to present the offering, right? You don't know that it would have any like obvious effect other than it removes them as possible, like they were being hoarded so that they could be used to tempt awake the other flesh lots, right? And so you guys are not planning to die to the Tleshalot in a moment, right? But in theory, if the offerings are not yet burned, they could be used for some other purpose.
Yeah.
I think it would probably be a good idea to remove the ability for other Teshalots to be awoken before we face this one.
Okay.
So then how about we do the sacrifice now and then see to what's in the other room?
You make a good point. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Olin
agree.
says, "I think that's a splendid idea. After all, look at all these delightful little crafts and foods. People worked hard on these with the intention of offering them to the gods, only to have them be stolen. I think helping them to complete the journey that was intended for them by their creators seems like an act of good."
Yes.
And saying
Indeed.
that, Slance is going to start adding the offerings that she has stored in her haversack as well.
Mhm.
Might as well add the offerings that we have that we were going to be taking.
Oh, right. Yes, you have those as well. So we have a plethora.
Right.
Oh,
So I
Right.
think as everyone kind of gathers around the altar and sort of prepares to begin here, Olin says, I can lead the prayer in the way that we do it around here, but as we're all participating here and as we are all instrumental in making this possible, I think that each one of you should say something.
okay. I concur. That would help make the ritual feel more real and get it to its intended destination.
Would you like me to go first, or shall I sum it up?
Let's have you go first.
That way we know we won't be offensive accidentally.
Very well.
And Axel also put a day's rations in there to replace the offering he broke.
Ah, well, there you go. So what I'm going to do to start is I'm going to be beginning the prayer in our local language, but I will tell you what I'm saying. I suspect the gods can understand common, but this is how I know it. And begins speaking, and then eventually they have a very sort of lyrical voice, and they actually dance along with their prayer, which is probably to be expected. But they translate that they begin with um, to the gods who brought us to this land and transformed it that we might find a fertile place to grow and make our lives. We want to always continue to remember you, to help us remember what we owe to you, and to ask that you continue to indulge us and give us safety amongst this place that you have made for us, and help the two lovers to continue to remember themselves, that they don't uh, become bring upon out bring about the ash rise. And then gestures to each of you.
So Theonarch will step up and will say, as the child of a world once forgotten, may these offerings help the gods to remember themselves and keep this world from being lost to memory.
Um, Canthan just is not a eloquent fellow. Um, Forgive the failures that have delayed the presentation of these offerings. And that's all he's got.
You get an encouraging nod.
Axel will step forward and say, may the ones who blessed the lovers so continue to bless and protect the people of this land and keep it safe and whole, and forgive the trespasses of those who delayed the offerings.
I think Flounce will step forward and bow to the altar and say, mighty gods, your children still remember and honor you. Please forgive the delay in the presentation of these offerings, and please continue to shelter your children in this beautiful land.
Lovely. And how about you, tall, green, and handsome? I know you've got something to say.
I'm not tall.
Aren't you?
Tall enough.
I'm only 5'6". Okay.
Oh, okay.
Talk about me for a
I
second.
mean,
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Gitsura typically tall. That's why I was thinking. But,
Yeah. Okay. So
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. Yes, we don't. Viewfind bows to the powers that cherish knowledge and travel and walking the spaces. May you gods of this land with these offerings now help preserve this world apace.
Wonderful. And so all of you are, I think, during this process, you're gradually adding the things to the items to the little the fire that's in the central bowl, and you find that a lot of these things actually burn up far faster than a normal fire would probably take, but in a very controlled way. And it seems, there's a magical element to it, and I think there is a nice, like, sort of warm red glow that fills the room. It doesn't feel ominous; it feels welcoming. And it takes about 10 minutes to go through and burning all of the things that you have, but you do so, and
This was a good thing to have done.
How long does it take to burn all that up?
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay. I was going to say we could take.
You want to take a short rest?
Yeah, I was going to say as long as we're doing that. But
Mhm.
if it only takes 10 minutes, then we should move on.
Yeah, I was gonna say if we got some time to do one, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either, but I'm not in dire need.
Well, why don't, since the last time we didn't take a short rest when we thought we might need one,
We regretted it.
we regretted it dearly. Maybe we
And,
didn't take one.
we've taken away the offerings,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
we've eliminated that immediate.
We should
I guess the question is, how long does the potion of fire resistance last?
An hour.
Good question.
An
Oh,
hour.
In
Yeah,
that
damn
case,
it.
we should move on.
All right, then I guess we go for it. Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
Before we go through the door, I will go ahead and use my 2 potions of healing
Okay.
because I am. It's 2d4+1. Because I am actually very hurt.
Hmm.
6, 1 more.
All right.
Nice. That's 11. That's not bad. I like that.
So I guess everybody get ready to be where you want to be when you try to open that door.
All right.
Yeah. Let's not get in front. I'm squishy.
Not squishies to the front.
Not squishy to the front. Not squishy to the white touristy phone. Oh.
Yep. Right. So that's good.
All right.
Wow, I wrote the minimum on each one.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. It was you. One of the 2 dice was a 1 in both cases, but yeah, it wasn't as high as the rolls theoretically can go. But you're only rolling d4s. So in any case, everyone ready?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. As you lean forward to shove the door open, as mentioned, it kind of scrapes loudly along the floor, but is otherwise not too difficult to move. Just difficult to do quietly. The next room here is revealed. The masonry of the shrine gives way to the natural formation of the volcano's caldera. A blast of heat and gas billows off the lake of magma roiling here. At the magma's edge stands a pair of ornate altars carved of obsidian. Nearby, 4 humans are slumped against the west wall, their arms dangling from rusty manacles. Beyond, sooty rock juts into the molten lake. Something moves amid the lava. And I am now going to share the handout of the Tleshalot.
Okay, that's not terrifying. Oh,
Yeah,
wait.
that's not terrifying at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's not a happy mud skipper, is he?
But
It-
he's cute.
A fiery boy.
Also cute and fluffy. Also will
Look
burn.
at all those rows. Look at the 3 rows of teeth.
Flounce, you're starting to scare me.
You haven't been to the whale well before, have you?
No,
So
not yet. Anyway.
as this thing climbs out of the lava, you hear a deep rumbling, hissing voice emerge from it that you recognize as being in Ignan. And Olin says, you can probably guess, but it is demanding that we leave.
How do you say no you?
Is that what you want me to say?
Tell it. We've only come here in peace to see because the land was in danger. We were trying to see what was going on.
Wait a minute. I have a plan. Okay, so I am going to use a bardic feature I have called Universal Speech. As an action, choose 5 creatures within 60 feet. The chosen creature can magically understand me regardless of the language I speak for 1 hour. I'm going to use it on the Pleshalot.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Yeah, I think Olin just says, not being the translator. That's great. Thank you.
Uh,
Well, I guess I still have to tell you what it says, but
well, yes. You can magically understand me, yes, but it doesn't say that I
okay.
can understand it.
It's
Yes.
it's not gotten its answer yet, so it's starting to rumble forward like
Um,
it's aggressively.
You can leave this plane peacefully or not peacefully. We would prefer you leave peacefully and not return. That is our offer. Leave peacefully or we will respond with violence.
Um, yeah, I think it doesn't like that. We're gonna roll initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be able to talk my way out of this one.
Yeah.
All right. Same turn order thingy.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. I still can't roll initiative.
Lord.
Save my life.
Oh
All
gosh.
right, that's better.
I'm laughing though just because like theoretically conversation can be had with it, and I was thinking like, is it only going to work if Olin's the only one that can understand it, and then you did the universal thing, but then you basically just said leave or we'll fight you, and it's like, all right,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Is everyone got their new initiative on there?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So Axel, you are up first.
Okay. Yeah. So we're fighting a salamander god. Okay. Yeah. Dread form off rip. Don't need to hold back now, I guess. So let's see. How many temporary hit points I get? Nice. That helps.
Hmm.
And um yeah, I'll have to. You know what? I'm gonna just try it. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it twice
Okay.
to see if I can head this off. If not, I got another plan. I can't roll for crap. So that first one is a 15.
Okay. 15 does just hit.
Oh, I definitely thought I missed.
This is one of those lower armor class, lots of hit points creatures.
Okay, so that's a 15 and a 19.
Mm-hmm. Those both hit.
Then I will need 2 wisdom saves.
Okay.
And let's see how much damage we get. It's 3.
Got a 12 for the first and a 21 for the second. So, but
Right.
12 probably fails the first one, right?
Yes, it does. So it takes 11 points of damage, and it is afraid of me.
Okay. I'll use that one. 11 points. Okay.
Yep. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. It is Olin's turn, who is kind of trying to peer through the door there, and is going to cast. Oh, you know what? They're going to actually do. I think they're actually going to push past, and rather than cast something, they're going to start trying to undo the manacles of here. Although I think, let me actually read up on what it says about the what it says the manacles take to. Let's see. Okay, I think they are going to try to hit the manacles of the first person, first thing with their mace, to try to help them get them out. But that first hit doesn't land on a vulnerable point, and so it's not working there. Does look at the rest of you and just saying, these guys don't look like they're in good shape. They're not going to survive a big fight in here. That is Olin's turn.
Oh, so DNX turn.
Yes.
Okay, gonna go ahead and use Relathim Psychic Lance
Okay.
against Isa
Ezel.
Easel. So that's an intelligence save.
Mm-hmm. Gets an 8.
That is a failure. It takes 22 points of damage, psychic, and it is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
Incapacitated. Indeed. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That it.
Okay. Yeah. So, Flounce, you're up.
All right, I am going to boogie over to Olin,
Mm-hmm.
and I have proficiency with thieves' tools.
Okay.
I want to
yeah.
try to pick the
Oh.
locks.
Yes. Go for it.
Clever.
So
Yeah.
dexterity is.
Wait, no. Okay, so the manacles have no locks, as the salamanders have
Oh,
melted
okay.
them closed. They would have to be smashed off,
Okay.
or just pulled out of the wall.
Hold on a second. I have smith tools with that.
Okay, so with Smith's tools, what I'll allow is so the way this works is that they have an AC score and a number of hit points, but with Smith's tools, I'll let you make that attack with advantage.
Okay. So how do we do that? Is that just going to be like an unarmed attack?
No, I would say do a weapon attack with advantage.
Okay.
Right, but what damage to roll after that?
Well, I don't know. Figure it out.
Okay. Well, let me roll the
A big hammer would be a D8, so
Yeah.
that's what I was.
Okay. Well, let me roll that. All right. So at advantage, it's a 21 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that hits. So I would say find what a light hammer would be, because you wouldn't have a big hammer for Smith's tools.
I've got a light hammer. It's a D4 plus your strength bonus.
Plus my strength bonus, plus proficiency.
I mean, you wouldn't normally.
Proficiency normally doesn't add. to
Okay.
damage.
Well,
Okay. So
yeah.
All right. So roll D4 plus 3 for my strength.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah. So you have damaged that one, but it's not quite off yet. It's more than half defeated.
Okay. I have a second attack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do it again.
All right.
All right. Action. That's not quite so good. It's a 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the chains slip and you don't hit it in the same spot that time.
Okay.
All right. You also think that someone strong enough could maybe just pull them out of the wall, like I said,
Okay.
as just an alternative. Okay, that was Flounce's turn. It is Easel's turn. And on Easel's turn, they are incapacitated, but they also regenerate 10 hit points.
Oh boy.
So they are incapacitated for their turn. At the end of their turn, do they still get to make a throw to try to throw off the fear, Axel?
Yes.
Okay, that's wisdom save again. So let's see.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, it just ends on my. It ends at the beginning
Right.
of.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So Xenophon, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to move to here so I can see it. Let's vicious mockery it. Easel, a creature in a lake of fire. Your fate is going to be quite dire. So I'll vicious mockery it.
All
Wisdom
right.
save.
14.
Okay, it fails, so it takes 7 psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack.
Okay.
I will move to here and I will inspire Canthan. Canthan, with your halberd long, you can chop Easel all day long. I have one bardic inspiration left after that.
On my turn, I'm going to go 30 feet. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bonus action to activate my ring of jumping.
Oh, one additional note. Sorry, I should have had this happen on Usel's turn as well. Is that just by being within 10 feet of it, Flounce, you're going to take some fire damage.
Okay. Well, at least I have that potion of.
Yeah.
Resistance. Yeah.
So it would have been 5, so you're going to take 2 fire damage.
Okay.
So sorry to interrupt, Kenthan, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to step forward, make use the bonus action to activate my ring of jumping, leap over to here, and try and rip one of those set of manacles out of the wall.
Okay, make an athletics check.
Okay, I'm good at those. 19.
That is a success. You pull the northmost ones?
Northmost one, yeah.
Okay, you pull those out of the wall.
Nice.
Yeah. And then turn and stand with my halberd facing the creature.
Okay, great. I have added those the warriors to the initiative check just so that they can try to move when they have a turn. Okay, that was Canthan, and it's actually them now. So I think the one that you have freed is going to try to hurry past 10, 20, and run out of the room. They have no weapons on them. They've all of their gear's been taken, and they're all extremely wounded. They're not in any shape to fight. So,
right.
All right, that first one runs away. Yeah. Axel, you're up again.
Alrighty, Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Nice, good choice.
Chilly.
So we have a 24.
A 24 does hit.
It'll have to make a wisdom save. Ooh, that's good. He takes 8 points of cold.
Okay. It only got a 10 on the wisdom save, and it does take the 8 points of cold, but it's not vulnerable to it the way the salamanders
no.
Okay. But so it's still afraid of me, and that'll be my turn.
All right. Olin's turn. Olin is going to attempt to finish off the shackles that you damaged, Flounce. With it gets a 20 to hit for another 5 bludgeoning damage, freeing the shackles on the southmost one there.
Okay.
And then they will use their movement to kind of hurry up and around to the next one. Okay. That was Olin's turn. Dianok. We don't hear
You're
you.
muted, David.
You're muted, David.
Yeah, I didn't say anything important, so gonna mind whip it.
Okay.
Intelligence save.
All right. And it's no longer incapacitated.
No,
Got a 12 on the intelligence save.
that's a failure.
Okay.
So 7 damage, and cannot take reaction and can only do one of move, action, or bonus action.
Okay. All right. Okay. Good deal. Flounce, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a page out of Canthan's book, store away my Smith's tools,
Mm-hmm.
and yank this one. See if I can yank that one out of the wall.
All right. Make an athletics check.
That is a dirty 20.
All right. That's another success. That one is also free. The shackles are freed from the wall. Like they're still
Okay.
on their arms, but they can get out of the room.
Right, and that's
Mhm.
the most important thing.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay. Anything
And,
else on your turn?
No, I'm fine where I am.
Okay. All right. I think with the easel was afraid because can't move any closer than to Exel, and limited to one thing, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They it looks snarls at all of you, and then sort of like strains, and gouts of molten lava begin to erupt from its body.
Oh,
Everyone
gross.
in a 30-foot radius sphere must make a DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I think that's
I
everybody.
failed.
Okay.
Hold on.
Fianok and
I succeeded.
Okay. Also, Flounce, you need to take another 2d6 just from being within 10 feet of it, which would be 5, so that's another 2 just to start.
Yeah. Okay, so that's another 2.
Yeah. And that's
Okay. And yeah, I didn't make it either.
okay.
Let me
Oh boy. Sounds like I need to do some healing next round.
lucky.
Yeah. And then I'm rolling for the warriors as well.
Yeah.
I think Xenophon and this warrior, because they're behind a wall, they have cover from this actually.
Oh, I succeeded anyway. So
Okay. Well, but there's a downside even if you like you still gonna
okay. Oh, I see.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So
I'll take it.
uh so 2 of the warriors succeeded on their saves, but it's still half enough damage is a problem. So okay. Hold on. Hang on, my turn tracker is blocking where my roller is here. Okay, I see. Here's what's happening. So, if you failed the save, you're going to take 27 fire damage and 20 bludgeoning damage.
Oh my lord in
okay.
heaven.
Well, I'm good. I'm glad I got that fire resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what 17, 16, 26 total.
Well, so hang on.
If
If
you
you've
fail.
got half of the fire damage,
Yeah.
then that's 13 plus 20. So
Okay.
33.
33.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Ow.
warriors here. You know what? I'm sorry. They're. I think the one that has gotten around to cover has shielded from this. So Xenophon, you're also free from this. You're not taking this damage because you're behind
Behind the
cover,
wall.
total cover. But unfortunately, these other 3 warriors are dead.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And so and also let's hang on. Let's see. Within 30. Oh, so you know what? Axel and Dianok, looks like you were actually just out of
A
range.
little bit of ducking down behind that altar.
Yeah. Did everyone else get your? Oh, so I guess I need to resolve that for Olin
Olin.
too. Olin is probably down. Let me do that save for them. Yeah, they failed the save, so that's actually 47, which is not enough to kill them outright, but they're absolutely unconscious.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So, yeah, that happens.
We saved who we could.
Mm-hmm. Uh, that is the end of the easel's turn. And I'm going to remove
All
the
right.
blue dot because the turn that they were affected by that is over.
All right.
Xenophon.
All right. Who am I healing?
Olin.
Olin.
Okay, so I'm gonna go heal Olin. So 5, 10. I can't go through this space, can I? Or is that full of thing?
Which space? I don't know what you mean. I
This,
can't.
this space here.
Oh, that's an altar there. So you would have to like climb over it.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I will cast Cure Wounds on Olin.
Okay.
So they get 11 back.
All right.
Okay.
They gasp awake and look up at you and say, "What? No mouth to mouth?"
Later. Later.
It's sorry, it's a coping mechanism. Okay, Xenophon, that's it. Your turn.
That's it for me.
Okay, Canthan, you're up.
I am going to leap back over to here. And say, get them out of here. This is bad news. And I'm going to, just gonna, no, you know what? Actually, no. I'm going to leap here.
Okay.
Bonus action. Fighting spirit. I need those extra hit points. Attack it twice with my halberd with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Okay, 18 hits.
11 slashing damage.
Okay.
26.
All right.
7 slashing damage.
Okay. You note that it does not seem to have the same resistance that the salamanders did.
Fabulous. Okay.
But it's regenerating instead.
I'm going to use an action surge and attack 2 more times.
Okay.
21
Mm-hmm.
for 10 slashing damage. And a critical hit
Hang on.
for 10.
Shoot. Had Okay.
Total of 15 damage on that
All
last
right.
hit.
Yeah, it's looking pretty hurt at this point.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm standing in the way of the exit. So
Okay.
that so at least some of the people can
This way to the egress.
Yeah.
That would be best.
Right. Okay. That makes it the warrior's turn. The one surviving warrior is going to hurry further out.
Skedaddle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, you know, don't mind the salamander. It's just waiting to leave.
Yeah, I think they're just standing there and just noticed them as like, okay. Yeah, so they stay right there. All right, Exel, you're up.
So it wasn't vulnerable to the cold. Did it do anything else to it?
I mean, it just normal.
Normal effects.
So it didn't regenerate?
No, I
Okay.
mean, it did
It-
what that attack would normally do.
Oh, okay.
yeah, the
So,
clip did
so
not prevent it
Is
from.
your camera off on purpose, just in case you didn't realize?
oh, I think my camera might have turned off by accident. I'll
Okay.
get it in a second. Okay, then crap. You know what? I don't want. You know what? We'll have to go with this one. Then I will Eldritch Blast it because I can do more with that.
Push it back some too.
That's what I want. That's what I was going to do. 18.
Okay, 18 does hit.
Next one. Come on.
All right.
24.
Yep. I mean, those both hit.
Yep. So I'll push it back 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then, wrong one. Sorry. Out of the way. Ignore that. Damage. That's not the damage. Here we go.
Right.
And one more. If it would go away, that'd be great.
And you know what? I actually apologize.
No, go ahead.
I apologize. It looks like it should have not regenerated that last turn because of the cold damage. I just looked it up. Sorry.
Oh,
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Because I was sad that it wasn't vulnerable to it, so I was like,
Okay, so it should have 10 hit points less than it did because it shouldn't have regenerated that last time. But this time it only takes 3 more.
Yep.
All right.
But it does get pushed back 20 feet, and it
Yeah.
has to make 2 wisdom saves.
Right. Okay. Wow, 18 and 21.
Oh, so it is not afraid of me anymore.
Hmm. All right. Olin's turn. Olin's going to stand up.
Get behind me.
Yeah. I think. I think they're going to move to here and prepare to start dragging the body, one of the bodies there, out. Actually, you know what? They're going to Sacred Flame still on the.
Yeah.
Rather than do nothing there. I think they're checking first to see, like, oh wait, no, that's
They're crispy.
that's a problem for later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they failed the save, so that's gonna be. Actually, oh well, I rolled it already. I was gonna say they should have.
Healed themselves.
Well, or for that matter, done some other spell that could have been more helpful, but I rolled it already. But it's still 13 radiant damage, which is pretty good because it's actually pretty wounded now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is Olin's turn. It is Dianok's turn.
Well, I was going to do something else, but you know what? Another psychic lance.
Okay.
So intelligence save.
All right. Wow, got an 18 with that represents a natural 20. Oh wait,
So,
no, okay, I did it right. I'm sorry, I was confused there by a second, but yeah.
So 18.
Yeah.
That's a success. So it takes half of 21.
Okay, well, that is still enough.
whoa!
Wouldn't have been if it had had that regeneration the last time, but
Yeah.
So
yeah. So how does your psychic lance finish off this fleshalot?
Dianok holds out their hand and says, Izel, time to sleep again.
And the image that just this is so dumb. The image that just went in my head is that boss monster in Super Metroid that you die by dumping it in the lava, where it just starts to sink down in, and then all of a sudden it looks like it's coming back out, but actually no, it's just bones now. But
Yeah.
that's not what happens with this one, because it's native. It's not burned up by the lava. But it does. It I think it starts to kind of like settle back to where it's sort of floating weirdly with the head kind of just staring up, and you can see the fire in the core just start to dim and smolder.
Okay.
Um,
No crispy fried bunny today.
yeah,
All
and
right, let's start getting these remains out. I don't feel like hanging out in here any longer than we have to.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes, I think once it's clear that the combat is over, this warrior kind of comes back and just says, "Yes, please, if we can at least return them home." Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the village priests can decide if there's anything else to be done, but at the very least, you've all saved my life. You came for us. Now, I don't know if all of the problems we came to investigate are done, but you've done a wonderful thing for our people today.
Okay. Well, Flounce will try and pull out these last chains.
Hmm. Yeah, I think now that there's not a time pressure, it's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. You do notice, incidentally, as you're kind of looking around this room, the obsidian altars are bare except for 4 ruby encrusted torch sconces, 2 on each altar.
Yeah. I
Which,
think we leave those there.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna leave those there.
Yeah, you're leaving this place is a little tacky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just saying.
So we're gonna leave.
Enoch would actually like to examine the altar, see if, like, it makes sense for there to be an altar in the previous room for
Hmm.
the offerings, but what are these altars for?
Well, I mean, they're still just the same. It's just
Okay.
there's multiple altars, different
Oh,
rituals that would be done.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess since,
These are not secret weird altars, if
Okay.
that's what you're
Okay.
asking. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking something directly to do with the Techelon.
Well, the door did have an engraving of them on it, but recall that they were thought of as like mythical, and it was like
Ah.
themed but not real, is what most
Okay.
people thought.
Okay. Probably special rights just in case,
Yes, they are not
Yeah.
secret Teleshalot worshipping cultists.
Okay.
They're just yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, let's gently carry these valiant warriors
Mm-hmm.
out and back to their people, and we can tell our non-combatant salamander personage that the way back to their home is open.
They hiss appreciatively and make their way into the lava, dive in, and you do not see them again. So I think, and they say, without Izel here, all of the other salamanders and fire snakes will return as well. They will not feel the drive any longer. I mean, but they say that in, Egnan, so it's translated. Olin does the voice. Um, so I think that even as you are just kind of going about the business of, making sure that you're able to bring the remains with you, I don't think we have to be overly graphic about how the process of transporting them. I'd imagine you wrap them up in blankets and
Yeah.
respectful, I'm sure. But you do find that even as you're over the next hour or so here, it seems like the room, the lava here in the room even starts to cool a little bit. Like you can see it starting to crust over around the edges of this lava pool, as though it's kind of, the activity is subsiding somewhat.
Fewer bubbles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, it is the warrior here is definitely um, asks if you all plan to return to Etizalan. And if so, they would like to, accompany you and help come the way back. Are you planning to basically go straight there, or would you be going back to the capital, or?
Um,
Well, we can.
I think that what happened here needs to be reported,
Mhm.
and we're planning on returning to the Radiant Citadel.
Right. Well, so the Radiant,
but go.
but
yeah,
Etizalan is a city too,
Right,
right?
right,
Like that's
it-
where
right,
Amiyale
and that-
was.
Right, and that's the
Yeah,
city
I-
near the portal. So
Yeah.
eventually, yeah, we might probably stop at the capital 1st
Mhm.
and then head back. Basically, reverse
Well,
our trip.
But with the remains, I think it's more important to get those home faster.
Hmm.
So we might be better off going at
Overland.
Azalan and ask Amiyala to provide the information to the people at the Twin Gods Observatory and the capital.
Mhm.
And then we can report into the Radiant Citadel that things.
But
have calmed
what about
down.
Alan though? Alan lives in the capital, not in Etizalan.
Yeah.
Olin is saying, "Look, I wanted to do good for people, and we have accomplished that here. We are all heroes, and I'm going to need all of your help in workshopping the story that I'm going to tell about all of you. So
Well, we
if
can-
completing the loop by returning the warriors home seems like part of the story that I need to be able to tell.
It makes a more
Okay.
narratively satisfactory ending to the story.
Completes the loop, closure, exactly.
Yeah. So let's
Need
head to
that-
Edizalan first.
All right, and so sure enough, as you're traveling back, you don't sense any additional, earthquake or volcano activity. The fire giant was waiting outside, and when you emerge, saying, "So,
It's
Handled.
gone.
Dead.
Dealt with.
Good.
He snuffed it.
tell the other small people to stay away from the volcanoes," and then they stomp off into the woods.
Yeah.
And so you make your way back, and it seems as though all of the volcanic threats to the region have ended. And so,
Even though if we're going to Etizalan,
mhm.
just because we can, I'm going to stop off at Yoalan to just see if there's any unique spices or cuisine that I can
no.
pick up there.
Okay. Well, here, let me look up what the deal is with if the Gazetteer of Tletepec offers no special information about Yolan. They are exactly the same as the other places you've been already.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry.
It's just
I think-
worthwhile checking. Just
Yes.
it's Cantan's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think Flounce will just for ease of transportation might be good to invest in a cart.
Yeah, because we do have
Yeah.
bodies, so
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think buying like a hand cart that we could use for transport.
mm-hmm.
We've got
Yeah.
we've got more than one strapping young being
Hmm.
to trade off pulling this thing.
mm-hmm.
How much do you know how much a hand cart would cost?
I think for the heroes that just saved everybody, you get it for free.
Okay.
And to
Thank you.
transport honored warriors
Yeah.
to their
Yes.
rest.
Yes, it's a rest. Yes.
Yeah.
That's just respectful.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm trying to decide how to interpret a specific thing based on the slightly mixed result that you've got here in terms of one of the warriors survived, but not all of them. You know what? It's fine. So you return there and meet Ami Ali again. She is very glad to hear from you and thankful that you were able to save at least one of the warriors. and promises that the other three will receive, burial with honors. Um, and especially given that like it's long enough now that it's not a trivial expense to try to raise them. But she does, as promised, offer 250 gold each as part of the reward, and
Of course, that's going to go to to our bosses, but
well, I mean, that's,
yeah,
They'll
but
take a cut.
they'll take a cut. Yeah,
Mhm.
but yes,
Yeah.
but it does help fund our efforts to help people such as you and situations such as this. So thank you.
yes. And then as a thank you, one of the children who you discover is the daughter of the warrior that survived, has brought you a local treasure, which you find to be an axolot shaped decanter of endless water, which is a magical item. Decanter of endless water.
Oh, nice.
You could probably brew a lot of things with that, huh, Camden?
Well,
Fresh
I
water.
mean,
Fresh
water is an ingredient in most brewing, but it's not usually hard to find. But it is a useful thing.
If we wind up in a desert next time,
Yes.
we'll be glad of the having of it. But I think yes, you should have it because yes, you cook things.
Very well, very well. I mean, it does save me time going out to the well.
All right. So, with this mission completed, and I think you probably stay another day or so in Etizalan just to kind of get rested up and make sure that everything seems to have stabilized here. You are then able to go and return to the Radiant Citadel, and you can at that time go ahead and level up to level 9.
Yay.
So here's a question just for, uh, you know, in the meta purposes. We have, of course, just finished one of our, one of our adventures here. So we could certainly proceed now to, we can do the level up stuff, and we could do some downtime, or we could jump into the next one, or we could just have a shorter session tonight. What does everyone think?
I'm okay with honestly any of that.
How are you
I
feeling,
think-
David? Yeah,
I'm okay.
Yeah. Let's do some downtime. That downtime is fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
downtime.
Yeah, and I'm down for having a full night because this is my break and relaxation
Yes.
from finals. So I'm
Sure.
with it.
Okay. Well, so everyone returns to the Radiant Citadel, and you report in to the shield bearers, explain the situation, and I think I honestly forget the cut that you had them taking before, but we'll go ahead and say everyone's got 200 gold.
Okay.
Okay.
And you go ahead and level up. So if you guys want to talk about your leveling up to level 9, then we can do that.
Okay. Let's see. I got a 5th level spell. Is it too obvious to go for Raise Dead as my 5th level spell?
No.
I think that might be the obvious choice.
Well, I mean, we don't really have a cleric, so
Yeah, I guess I am the best healer in the party, so yeah, I think I learned Raise Dead, and yeah, that done.
Okay.
but what you might want to consider,
Hmm.
rather than preparing it. I don't know how you're preparing.
Well, remember, Bards is not
Oh yeah,
prepared.
yeah.
that
You
way.
have
Yeah.
you have a.
I just get I get 1 5th level spot, which I can either use for Raise Dead or something else and powered up to 5th level.
Oh, okay. Yeah. In that case, never mind. I was
So, yeah.
going to say that working on scribing a scroll of Right is Dead might be something you want to do, but that's
Can I do that as a bard?
I mean,
Um,
anyone can make a scroll like as creating sort of like a magical item sort of thing.
and there's downtime rules for you.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that might be a useful thing to do
It
while
probably
I'm
is
on
going to
my
take longer
downtime.
than a week, though.
Actually, I think you might need to be able to cast the spell to make a scroll from it. But
Yeah.
you could arrange for that. It's not without cost or time, though.
But if I can go up to level, yeah, if I take raise that as a spell and then decide to start making a scroll immediately.
What, to have the scroll?
Yes. Like,
So
say if I die, for example, there's a scroll that someone else could use. For
Okay.
example, as an example, it might be But the question is, does it take more than a week?
Well, so scribing
so-
a spell scroll for a 5th level spell takes 4 work weeks and 5,000 gold.
Holy Hannah! Okay, maybe I'm
Hey,
not
well,
doing
forget
that.
that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so I know what I'm doing with my downtime.
Okay.
Yep.
I am putting the finishing touches
on the spice blend.
on the Radiant Citadel Melange.
Right. And we had treated that as a research activity, right?
That's right.
Okay.
And you let me base it on wisdom instead of intelligence.
Yep. And
So,
it's 50 gold to start
Mhm.
for the week, and then you can spend more to add to get some bonuses.
Right.
And I think you were you at 5 out of 6?
I was at 5 out of 6.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to spend the 50 for the for what's required.
Okay.
And so I'm going to roll plus proficiency and wisdom.
Yep. Wait. Well, so actually, not proficiency. No proficiency.
Oh, okay.
Just wisdom.
Okay, in that case, my roll would have been without the proficiency would have been 13.
Okay. Well,
No, it would've been-
13 is enough
Okay.
to get you that finishing piece, and I'm tempted to look up the speech from the end of Ratatouille that the critic gives, talking about like the defense of the new. I think as you crack the final piece, there's a little bit of a slow coming realization in it. Like, I think there's a point where, it's like, this is good. It's a little unexpected, but then what you find is that it's a complex flavor that's a little bit sort of surprising on the tongue at first.
Mm-hmm.
But then as you kind of take another couple of bites, or do you have it like as a sauce, or what do you think?
I'm thinking that it's in the form of a sauce. He's got it like in a bottle, and it's thick. It's like a curry sauce or a barbecue sauce. It's that consistency. So to be potentially usable as a marinade, but also something you could just put on food. What he's got, he's actually got everybody around, and he's just got bowls of ordinary white rice, something that doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, so that the sauce is what you got, and then just pours a dollop of this on each bowl to give to everyone at the table.
Yeah,
All right.
and I think it is, because like this is obviously going to be a very complex flavor, because that's kind of the whole point. You're trying to combo all of these different things,
and they come in like at different times. So there's as you're bringing it to your mouth, you can kind of smell some of the most aromatic things, but then you taste it and there's a little bit of this, and it's like, oh, hey. So it is literally eating some of this is a journey.
Yeah. It's almost like the everlasting gobstopper. Wait, no, no,
Yes.
no, no, no. The meal gum from
Yes.
Willy Wonka, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where it's like at first you're only getting a couple of the flavor notes, and you're like, oh well, I'm still missing the other stuff. But then it kind of starts to transition as you go
Right.
until you
Yes.
kind of get all of them, and it's left with this really nice warm sort of fusion
Yes. Yes.
feeling, as though you have had a multi-course meal all in a single sauce.
Yes. Yes. That is absolutely what I was after.
Lovely.
Colonel
So-
Campan.
And you guys get to taste it before anybody else.
We are honored.
Very nice. Now you'll have to just decide what to do with that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, great. Who else is ready for a downtime activity?
Well, Flounce took her 3rd level in Artificer,
Mm-hmm.
so she now has tool proficiency with jeweler's tools.
Okay.
So she's also trading in her alchemy jug for a moon-touched longsword, just because that sounded really, really awesome.
Oh, for your infusions, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
A moon touched longsword. What does that
Yeah,
do?
I have no idea. It just sounded really, really cool. I know it's good against some enemies.
Yeah. Shape changers. So moon touched weapon. Dear D&D Beyond, actually search. Thank you. It gives off light. Creating bright light in 15-foot radius, dim light for an additional 15 feet.
But it does count as a magic weapon,
Um,
does it?
it doesn't specifically say that.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that does seem to be its only property, is that it gives off light.
Okay, never mind then.
I have heard.
I'm
Well,
searching-
actually,
It treated as
actually,
much
someone
weapon.
does. Some in the commentary below does say it's a magic weapon that does damage. Ergo, it does magic damage. It does count as a magical weapon.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Okay, cool.
Just doesn't
Yeah.
get a plus to hit or damage or anything.
No, but
Right.
still, being able to do right full damage against some of these creatures is important.
Yeah.
It does seem like there is some. Oh, you know what? So, as confirmed by Jeremy Crawford himself, any magic item in the weapon category is in fact a magic weapon.
Yay.
There you go.
Yay.
Hey, so with the glaive infusion, I now have a +1 to it's now a +1 weapon, and now I have a longsword that can do that can bypass stuff that requires magic damage.
Alright.
So I think researching and figuring out all of that and creating that infusion is what takes up her week.
Okay.
That
Well,
week.
I mean, stuff that just you're getting automatically as far as your level. I mean, if you want that to be what you did, that's fine. But like, it seems like you could also, you could still do something mechanically if you wanted.
Yeah. No, I think figuring all of that out is fine.
Okay. Do you want to call? Well, let's see. Do you? You don't want to like do a carousing or something? In addition, if you know what, if you're good,
No,
how about
I'm good.
this? How about relaxation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so while relaxing, a character gains advantage on saving throws to recover from long-last diseases or poisons. At the end of the week, you can end one effect that keeps. Yeah, so I don't think you have any of that stuff on you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm good.
Oh, that reminds me. Roll a d10 Canthan for your.
Oh yeah. Possible complications.
Yes, we
That's
all
okay.
get food poisoning.
Nope, you're good.
Oh no.
Well, we established that you got a rival now, right? You know,
Yes,
some of
yes,
the
so-
other restaurateurs knew you were up to something.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Flounce has learned some new skills and got some new tricks up her sleeve. Tricks, like
Oh.
she's a rabbit.
So
Not just for kids. Go ahead.
And not
The
very
edge of
silly
the-
either.
edge of the Radiant Citadel, is that like a tall wall or?
Well, I mean, I not really. It's more like it's just I'm trying to remember. It's not on this map. There's an image that shows like the cross section because recall that it's like sort of tiered, like it almost spirals down around the diamond. But why?
Well, I was saying one of the spells I took for my level was Fireball,
Mm-hmm.
and thinking, I wanted to practice using Fireball. How about out into the liminal space of
Yeah,
the
I mean, you could absolutely do that.
I mean,
So-
our house is on the edge of
Yeah.
I
the
know.
place. So
basically?
Mhm.
So like, there's one of these days that Dianoc is just
Well-
tossing.
And besides, like even if you went over the edge, it's not like you just fall into a void. It's like there's
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Well, basically, Dianoc is just standing up there, just like tossing, uh, tossing fireballs and stumbling back as one goes off a little closer than expected.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I think I got that down.
Nice.
And for actual mechanical stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Dionic would like to research. It seems like the other guardians the other guardian spirits actually destroyed the sapphire dragon.
Mm-hmm.
We want to figure out why, what caused that,
Mm-hmm.
if possible.
Okay.
Which I think is I would consider research.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're going to make an intelligence check and for 50 gold, or you can spend additional gold to get bonuses to that.
Yeah, gonna go ahead and do a 100 gold total for a +1.
Okay.
Only an 8.
Okay. Yeah, I
Oh.
think with an 8, you still learn one piece of lore. I think that you find that you don't know what it was, but it would appear that from the perspective of the others at least, that the dragon had somehow gone against like the shared purpose of all of the others. So from their perspective, they had to kill it because it had betrayed their common purpose. And you don't know what that would have entailed, but that it wasn't just like
It wasn't random.
no.
Yeah.
Nor was it an accident.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm thinking like the story of the reason the Tower of Concordance was forbidden was because of, evil influence.
Mm-hmm.
And now that found out the Guardians killed the link to the world, and I wonder if maybe there was some connection between the two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
All right.
how it goes.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d10.
Oh, D10. Oh, good.
Ooh.
A 1.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d6 to see what's your complication this time. 5. Okay. So I was always going to interpret this because the ones by default here are flavored, like library flavored, right?
Yeah.
but what you've just come up with is your actions cause you to be banned from a library until you make reparations. And I think that as you poke around and you get that detail, all of a sudden you find that the
That Warforged?
no, that
Oh.
I think what this is as you've started pushing harder, suddenly the Dawn Incarnates don't want to talk to you anymore. And the next time you go to visit, the people at the gate say that they've requested that you not go there anymore.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hmm. Well, that's unexpected, but
Yeah.
guess I will do something else.
Well, it does say until you make reparations. So
Yeah.
that,
Well, I will go consider what those are.
yeah. You do have the impression, certainly, that this was because you're asking uncomfortable questions. All right. Xenophon?
Xenophon realizes he needs money, so he's going to do two things. One, he's going to spend time with his girlfriend because he's a little worked up after spending time with our flirty friend in Volcano Land, and he's also going to do some performance to basically raise some cash because his eventual aim is to buy some magical armor, but he needs much more money, so he's going to go perform at Red City and other places and work off some of his worked up situation. So
Okay. So you're doing work, essentially?
I'm doing work. Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. It would be this is going to be either performance or if you were doing it like with a musical instrument, it would be proficiency for that reason. But you have performance, so
Yep, performance. All right, here we go. So that's critical success.
Wow. Okay.
Money.
Yeah. So it's comfortable lifestyle for the week plus 25 gold. But let's see what. Let me look up what the. I have to remember what the lifestyle costs because you've essentially got your basic accommodations already accounted for. So.
But people buying him drinks,
Yeah, well,
inviting
no,
him
that's
to
why
the
I'm
nice
looking up what to
places.
say. What is a comfortable lifestyle?
I think it's just 2 gold a week.
Hang on, lifestyle expenses. Where? Oh, why does it? Because I found the thing that says lifestyle expenses. Here's what it is. It doesn't say how much. Like, because it's. That's annoying. Because like each one is supposed it like has a certain cost.
Okay, I found it.
Okay.
Comfortable is 2 gold per day.
All right. So a work week then would be so 14 gold plus 25 gold is another
39 gold.
39 gold. Yeah.
Okay.
That feels.
It feels a little low.
I think with a natural 20. I think that you further have you've discovered that you've got fans.
Oh boy.
That there are people who have started to show up specifically when they know you're going to perform. And so although you have made that amount this time, some of the little clubs here are starting to, like this is pretty much starting to be a thing for them. You might be able to negotiate a higher rate if you're going to continue doing this.
Wow, I never expected this out of my bard, but here we are.
Yeah, so I think that is over the course of this week, your performances are going so well that you're getting people come back more at night after night and bringing friends, and you had arranged for making it for this week, but some of these venues are going to start saying, maybe we can, start selling tickets to bigger venues here.
Does any of my companions in the Order of the Golden Prawn actually go to any of my performances?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Because wait for it, I can try new drinks.
That's a fair reason to do so.
Nice.
And if you've got fans, they're probably going to start celebrating, and I don't have to spend any of my gold because I'm your friend.
And yes, we can say it happened exactly like he said it did.
Yeah. I was
Actually,
there
that's
too.
a question. Does Xenophon embellish much?
No, I mean
Ooh.
he's a Githzerai, and he's got a very strong sense of morality and honesty about what's happened. So no, he doesn't embellish. He may use narrative devices and withhold information and give reveals, but he tells the truth. He may tell it slant, but he always tells the truth. Just as like telling the story of Dianox finishing off on the monster. Yeah, he doesn't change that to anybody else. And Dianox rose and cast his spell, and the creature fell into the lava.
I'm feeling like what you also get as part of your natural 20, because I'm just feeling like you need more, is you've been looking for magic armor.
Yes.
And you get a contact.
Okay, that's good.
A contact who you think can help you out. Like what kind of magic armor were you looking for? Like what were you
magical studded armor, magical studded leather? Because
okay,
I have
like
because I don't have because I don't have proficiency with heavy armor, so I was looking for magical studded leather.
Right.
Which I can't afford yet, but
so I think let's see, +1 armor is rare. And so let's see. I'm gonna so the way that this normally would work is you'd roll 2d10 times 1,000 gold would be a cost if you were looking for. But what I'll say is you can roll 3d10 and take the lower 2
times 1,000. Okay.
Yeah.
So I won't do it yet, but I'm gonna hold that in the or do I decide how much it is now and then
well go ahead and roll for it now.
3d10
and you're starting to attract a following too, so you let me know if that would be
Oh
wow.
God.
Okay, 2 9s. So yeah, so that would still be 13,000, which just seems pretty high.
Lord mercy. Well, maybe.
Yeah, that seems pretty high still, but I in fact actually I think probably let's see what would be 1d4.
So I thought it was like 1,500 per plus the cost of the armor.
Well,
I might be reading that wrong
buying
somewhere.
a magic item is on this table if for a rare item it's 2d10 times 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
But I think though, yeah, I mean we're kind of winging this. I think what you could potentially like. I don't want to just like be feeding you ideas here, but what I'm saying is that you've got a level of notoriety that you're starting to develop. So, let me know if you want to do anything other than the most standard default route for this.
I see. Okay.
Sponsorship deal.
Yeah.
Where have the makers mark on in a prominent area,
Blinking,
go around and do good things.
Mm-hmm.
Find an armor and say, well, look, I have this following. I'm known in the city. Like we could maybe make a deal here. So yeah, maybe I find. So yeah, so if I have a contact, then the contact can probably put me in contact with an armor who actually can make this stuff for me. So yeah,
Yeah.
think I'd go that route then.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
All right. Let's see what we can do. I'm pretty good at persuasion. A 23.
Okay. So I think this seller seems tempted. And what they say is, well, like how much can you put down now?
I can put down 800 gold.
Well, like
If you mention it, Dion could toss in 100 for you.
I can't help. I'm saving up for my own armor upgrade.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that yet. Not yet. I mean, in all fairness, I mean, you seem great, but I don't want to risk being out that much if you're going to go out and get killed in it and it can't be returned, you know?
That makes sense.
But how about this? If you can put together 1,500 gold as like a deposit, maybe we can work something out.
All right. Very well.
It's gonna
I'll
be
be
like a
back.
race car driver with all the different patches.
Yeah.
On.
Xenophon the sponsored.
All right, great. So what? Go ahead and roll a d10 to see if another d10 to see if you got a complication.
Yeah. Four.
No, you're good. Okay, what about Exel? What is Exel getting up to this week?
Axel has saved up a little bit of money, so he would like to see if he could find a way to impart some of his magical skills into a ring.
Okay.
So my idea is that he would see if, because we don't have a lot of healing,
Mm-hmm.
so I would see what it would cost me, or if I could do it over some time, creating a ring of storing for
Okay.
let's see. So basically, I want to store cure wounds.
Okay. Well, a ring of spell storing is a rare item. And so to craft a magical item for a rare item, you would need, it would take 10 work weeks and cost 2,000 gold worth of materials. But you could start on that for sure. You would also probably need to seek out some ingredient that would be a challenge to get. I mean, a ring of spell storing is pretty significant. Like that's
Right.
a no nonsense magic item for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or is there better healing potions than the ones we got previously?
I mean, I think the ones that you got were just basic 2d4 plus 2 ones. There are definitely better ones than those, but they
Right.
also cost more, right?
Right. Then I would like to buy a few of those, but still
Okay.
save my gold.
All right. Standard healing potions are 50 gold each. Or I think we gave you a discount when you got them last time, right? But I don't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the top of my head. But let's see. And that's does that do what, 2d6 or d6?
2d4 plus 2 is what
2d4 plus
what a
2.
standard one does.
And yeah, and he'll also, again, he'll still be meditating
Mm-hmm.
on trying to figure out exactly what is going on, because he doesn't feel good about because Xenophon is probably the one person who could have information or an understanding of talking with a higher being. But when the higher being says, that is the one person you cannot talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
He feels a little off about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he wants to try to look into that more, figure out what's going
Okay.
on with that.
So I think what we did before was you could do research again, but you can we use the research mechanic, but you would do charisma rather than intelligence.
Yeah.
So you
So,
start with 50 gold cost, and then you can get bonuses for spending more to reflect, I don't know, like incense or something.
yeah, I will do 100 gold.
Okay. So you
And
can make a charisma +1 roll.
alrighty. Or does that use it doesn't use my bonus to it, does it?
Your charisma, yeah. What do you mean?
Oh, it's not a yeah, sorry, it's not saving throw, so it just made charisma.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that'd be actually a +5. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I will take that. Roll for me is gonna be slow. There we go. Ooh. So
Okay.
14.
Okay. So with a 14, you'd get 2 pieces of lore. And so I think that where are you doing this meditating? Are you doing it like you had tried before, just kind of going off into the little copse of trees outside your building, or you go somewhere else? What does it look like as you set up?
Um, it I didn't have a bad experience the first time, it's fine. But me and the demon summoner worked it out.
Mm-hmm.
We negotiated a little bit. So
Yeah.
I will go back to that cusp of trees, although I will make sure I'm not in easy eyesight, just because if something goes wrong or
Mm-hmm.
just something that to make me look suspicious, I don't want them
Mm-hmm.
to see that.
Yeah. So I think that you get you find that as you are as you're trying to connect, so like are you focusing on any specific questions or
Yes, specifically, why can't I discuss this with Xenophon? Because Xenophon is a person that is in tune with his deity
mm-hmm.
or a higher power, and it seems like he would be of a good assistance to me.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if I can't speak with him, can you guide me to someone who I can speak freely with?
Hmm. So I think there's a point at which you're kind of just meditating and you're finding it, not peaceful exactly, because there is a degree of kind of straining for something that you're not quite reaching, but at a certain point you're just considering some of those questions when for a moment it feels as though someone has just psychically grabbed you, like both hands on the side of your head, and just like seized you and is like holding you in place and psychically like shouting right in your face. And the answer you get is Xenophon is a Githzerai, which is an ancient enemy and cannot be trusted. They betrayed us after the Mind Flayer Wars.
Oh, well, oh boy.
If you wish to know more, tell me the doings of the council. of the of I want to say it's the speakers. I'm suddenly forgetting. Um, the
The leaders of the Radiant Citadel, the
Yeah.
ones that the ones that are the shades of the gems and have the animal forms.
Well, so there's the speakers for the ancestors is the ruling body. So there's the Dawn incarnates, but what you hear is the speakers for the ancestors. Tell me their comings and goings.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden you find yourself kind of just like shoved backwards, so you just kind of fall onto your back and that connection is gone.
Oh boy. Right.
And I think you hear almost as sort of a lingering afterthought is saying, if you want more power, you need to show more responsibility.
Oh gosh. All right. I mean, I did get clarification. That is what I asked for. Right. On his way to go check and see how much potions of better potions of healing are going to cost. He's definitely deep in thought.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh boy. Right. Yeah. Um. Now, here's a question.
Mhm.
How often how is access to the speakers held, or how often have we seen them?
Well, so you recall that you were, when you were formally inducted into the Shield Bearers, there was a ceremony that was held before all the Dawn incarnates and the speakers as well. So I think that's like it is not necessarily even all that difficult to like you could make an appointment with any single one of them, but you would not typically be invited to actual like council sessions.
Hmm.
But like the others are like all of them are individually public speakers.
Okay.
Public
Hmm.
figures, I mean, not speakers. Duh.
Okay. Hmm.
So I mean I feel like it would be a little bit like state senators. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's like if you wanted to, you could probably find a way to get in a room with your state senator. But you wouldn't normally just be invited to go sit in on the hearings.
Right. Hmm. So finding out what they're doing is going to take me some efforts or some cunning. Hmm. I have a lot to think about. Um. And how much would the uncommon potion of healing greater
Oh,
that
the
be?
like the next one up.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to say
44
it's
plus 4.
yeah. I think usually those are like I want to say they're 500 gold.
Oof.
Um, because where let's see, potion of
I found a table.
okay.
100 for greater healing, 500 for superior healing.
Ah, there you go.
Oof. Well, that's fine.
Hmm.
Then I will get, and the lower one was 50, right?
Yeah, the lowest level one is 50.
So then uh, I will acquire two of the standard and two of the uppers. That's 300 gold.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And that'll be my downside.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
I've been negotiating with my fellow party members,
okay.
and between Flounce and Dianok, I can put together and 800 of my own gold. I can put together 1,500 gold.
Okay. All right. So I think that uh, in this case, then what you have managed is you've made an arrangement that you will make payments on the armor as you can, but that you are up to I think 4,000 will be the like the total number that they want, but you can have it in the meantime so long as it's got like a prominent sigil of that maker's um, shop.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to do that. Happy to have it that emblazoned.
Yeah. And I think yeah. So that, and we'll leave it at that for now. So I if we're gonna keep going, I need a quick bio break. But while I do that, think about, do we want to do maybe another week of downtime, or we could maybe start to intro the next adventure. Think about that. I'll be right back.
Thank you both.
You're very welcome. Your continued breathing ensures that I can keep bouncing. So I am invested in your future shenanigans.
Good letter +1.
So more downtime, start the next adventure, or
I'm up for starting the next adventure.
yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me time to think about what to do with Panthen's downtime next time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to figure out what kind of reparations I can make to
one of
the
the
Dawn
things.
Incarnates.
Yeah, one of the things that Flounce got was a steel defender. So she's essentially got a metal familiar now.
Nice.
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know what it looks like. I have
Wait.
to figure that out.
So you have Bob, but I mean you have Steve and another one.
Yeah, now I have Steve and Bob.
Wow, you're getting a panoply.
Yeah, I need to know what it looks like though.
Well, what
It's
form
not-
would Flounce make it?
I don't know. That's the thing.
Well, you're very jewel oriented, so I think that should definitely be a
Yeah.
aesthetic
Yeah.
consideration.
Okay. The most like jewel looking things to me are insects. They've got those vibrant colors and
Yeah.
sparkly bits. So
Like a
I think,
dragonfly.
yeah, I can definitely see something like that. Just use the stats for whatever, but
Yeah.
A dragonfly, a
mechanical
beetle.
dragonfly, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We've all decided we're up for the next adventure. They're just helping me figure out what my steel defender looks like.
Oh, cool. Steel
So now
defender,
I
huh?
not only have Steve, I also have Bob, who is apparently going to be a dragonfly.
Nice.
Would you be up for that?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay. All right then. So everyone wants to kind of start introducing the next adventure.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So you had finished your week of downtime, and I think you're called in. You get another summons, and Ariat is saying, certainly, as we spoke already, we think you did great on that last assignment, which was a little bit more of a self-directed thing, and thankfully you were able. We try to be a safe haven for refugees when they need a place, but all the better is if they don't have to flee their homes in the first place. So well done on that. But I've actually got a little bit of a plum gig for you this next time. What we've got is in the land of Manivarsha. There is sort of an athletic festival of sorts that they call the Shenka Trials. And you can just kind of be a bit of a color guard there, if that sounds interesting.
Sure.
Okay.
Show the color, show the flag, as it were.
Yes, exactly. Just to as part of their whole festival, to just represent, to show that we we're respecting that they're you know, the customs there, and obviously, you know, it is a presence there is because it's a notable thing. You know, obviously, if anything goes awry, you're there. But you know, mostly we would expect it to just be kind of like just putting in an appearance, so to speak. So is that something you all feel like you would like to take that job?
Sure. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
so the Shanghai trials are a spectacle of art and athleticism, and they take their name from you know, conch, like they have the big shells. They call those Shanghai shells there, and those are a big. It's kind of an icon of the land. It's a symbolic value, and a lot of their legends. The Shanghai trials are held only every 12 years, and they take place over 12 days. People come from all over Shankabumi's city states. And let's see, the contests include things like boat building, boat racing, cooking, dancing, Shanka diving, and swimming. And they offer the region's riverines, which are spirits of the rivers in the area. And eventually, so they have 36 competitors that have already been selected. So there's no entering or anything. It's just, you know, you're there to observe. But one contestant emerges victorious, claims the great conch shell trophy known as the Riverines Shanka, and they get to keep it until the next Shanka trials. Sound
Yeah, so it's a traveling trophy. It's
Exactly.
not permanently kept. Got it. Like the Stanley Cup. Got it.
Excellent. Excellent.
Great. So let me get you a map of the region. Putting you on the Shankabumi map. All of these maps by default have all of the labels turned off, which seems counterproductive to me on a big map like this. It's one thing to have some of the secret sites that you haven't found yet that you need to explore to find or whatever, but just like the city that you're going to show up at, for example. Let's see. So the
Oh, lots of rivers.
yeah.
Is this an escarpment here?
Looks like.
Which means there's got to be a waterfall here.
Oh yeah.
Big one and one here. Okay,
Several of them. Yeah.
my character may not be entirely interested, but the
Yeah.
player is interested in waterfalls.
Yeah, and this one looks pretty good too.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm just
And just as long as you don't go chasing, that's all.
Yeah, stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
All the rivers and lakes that I'm used to are in another version of reality. So
There are no lakes and rivers in Limbo. What are you
all
kidding?
right. So
Yep.
just going ahead and
where's my barrel?
all right, just so highlighted a few of the labels here that seem, you know, like they would be straightforward. All right. So yeah, so the Concord Jewel that will take you there is Moonstone.
Mhm.
And it will deliver you just outside Sagapur. Sugarpur is the pronunciation there. And Shankuvumi is the land. So it is a shaped and defined by its rivers. It's a dynamic floodplain surrounded by mountains and crisscrossed by waterways. It's a lot of swamp forests outside of the cities, but they're obviously, as you can kind of put together, they're very focused on the rivers.
Mhm.
All right, so is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. I do notice that the map is seems like a lot smoother than most.
Oh,
Like there's not like, it almost seems like there's a lot more blank space than most maps
oh.
have.
I mean, maybe. I think it's meant to just indicate that it's, if a topographical map, if it's just all sort of swamp and level, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not going to have a lot of indication
Features.
there. But you're
Yeah.
right, it doesn't like show like trees or whatever. But I
Yeah.
think that's just stylistic.
Yeah. It's just an interesting style choice.
Mm-hmm.
It makes things look like they're a lot more spread out than previous maps we've looked
Yeah.
at.
Well, so you can see the scale at the bottom shows the 5 mile scale. So
Things are spread out.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you all get ready to head out, and you take the Moonstone Concord gem, and so just as a FYI, hope you'll all forgive me that this one is not as prepared as they sometimes are, because I could have prepared the beginning of it at least, I suppose, but anyway.
No
Don't
worries.
worry about it.
That's
We're
one
with
of
you
the
all
joys
the way.
of the published module, is that sometimes you're working with it's the double-edged blade of having prepared material that you maybe haven't read carefully. So the city of Sugarpur is teeming with onlookers enjoying the Shanka trials. You have been here through the festival, doing all of the expected things. I would like each of you to describe one of your favorite things that has happened so far as you've been watching all of the trials. Feel free to be inventive.
Watching Canthan meticulously go through every single street vendor he can find.
Accompanying, like,
Yeah, just it's like when it's not our turn to be in front of a crowd, it's like, okay, did we hit these guys yet? Yes, yes. All right, you go hit that one, I'll go here, and we'll meet back in the middle.
And swap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Canthan is definitely arriving at the local equivalent of a picnic table with both of our arms loaded down with packages from these street vendors, and just kind of laying them out on a table like a big huge dim sum for everybody to
Oh,
to
wow.
take pieces from.
nice.
And getting and of course it is the saltiest, fattiest, not so good for you food, because street food is not designed to be nourishing. It is designed to be tasty, and and just it's a good thing I lead an active lifestyle. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
Amen to
Training
that.
in the morning. Training in the morning to get rid of all this stuff so we can eat some more tonight.
So recall that the events are like boat building, boat racing, cooking, dancing, Shanka diving, which is the shell diving for the shells, and swimming are the events.
Well, cooking obviously is where I mean, if anything else is going on at the same time as a cooking competition, he's there. If he's then if there's nothing going on in the cooking tent or whatever, then Canthan is kind of at a loss because he hasn't prepared for anything else.
No, it's when the cooking competition isn't going on that he's going through the food vendors.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
He I mean, he's not obsessed. He's just
Focused.
focused. Yes.
He's an artiste.
All right. So who else has a highlight?
So while Xenophon is mostly interested in the cultural things like the dancing and whatnot and the other performances, at one point during the quarterfinals of the racing competition. He winds up getting the crowd with him, start chanting cheers for the boat races in rhyme and meter. They just like pick up what he was doing, and you got this entire crowd chanting as
Tack that sail. Tack
tack
that
that
sail.
sail. Yes.
Nice. Did you
Didn't
not have
expect to like it, but he likes it.
Would there be like, like street performers kind of things, and
Sure.
like potentially ones that would do things with like, low level magic like prestidigitation?
Oh yeah, I would think so.
I think one day Dinak and this halfling that was just, trying, just, doing tricks with prestidigitation, minor illusion, and such. And they started almost doing like a cross between a competition and a spontaneous performance.
Nice.
Kind of like, telling, like creating little images and noises to tell a story back and forth, and just like, and drew a small crowd ourselves. And
Nice.
yeah.
So I didn't say before, but the people in Shinkavumi, a mix of humans, halflings, elves, and dwarves. Skin tones span shades of brown, and people have uniformly dark hair that ranges from wavy to very curly. They speak Common and Shenki, which is the regional tongue. And yeah, as discussed, known for isolated city-states separated by tangled swamps, and for the capricious river spirits that rule its waters. Okay. What about Exel?
You said there was dancing was one of them as well.
I'm sorry. What?
You said dancing was one of the
Yes.
trials as well.
Mhm.
Excel will go watch them because Excel has started to look and compare, because we've seen multiple types of dancing and
Mhm.
celebrations over our adventures, with the different festivals we've seen, not to mention our priestly flamboyant friend who we met immediately upon dancing and so he's looking to see the differences and the similarities between the two over the different places. He's very intrigued, especially when they jump very high. He likes jumping.
Nice. So I think one of the individual dancers that especially catches your eye is Amanisha Manivarshi, who is she seems great, and as you've been watching, she is going to make the finals.
Are people betting?
I would guess that there's some, but it doesn't seem like it's, like there's no like organized betting.
Okay.
People are betting each other, and maybe there are
Right.
people who are bookies, but it's not like there's nothing structured.
Okay.
I just think I can imagine the Ray and Citadel's, the shield bearers policy on that is, unless it's official, don't do it.
Well, I think there would probably
or at least refrain from being out.
It would probably be a not while you're on duty in uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like strictly speaking entirely forbidden, but let's try to not have it be an obvious reflection of the shield bearers.
Does it seem like Aminasha's going to run away with it, or is it competitive? Is there like another person that might be kind of close to her?
Well, I think you're not sure who her opponent is going to be, but watching the semifinals where she wins, she's just you're really impressed with her.
Okay. And since I've seen the crowd get whipped up over things, does the crowd seem to be really behind her?
Well, yeah, for the most part. There's kind of a buzz of excitement, like people know who she is already.
Oh, okay. So then I will definitely keep an eye on this one.
All right.
And I will, and in between, I'll tell my friends. I think the one known as Aminasha will win. She seems to be garnering a lot of support, if not a fan favorite.
Kent, then, were you kind of content with the one that, like, joining with Flounce's suggestion there, or did you have any of your
Sure,
another
that's
one?
fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
all right. So in any case, you've watched most of this whole setup, it has been a pretty easy job, enjoyable as these things go. And so the city of Shagapur is teeming with onlookers enjoying the Shenka trials. The final event of this great competition is being held next to the temple to the riverine Iravati, an ancient burnt clay edifice adorned by images of lilies and spirits that peek from behind moss and vines. Countless spectators fill the surrounding streets and line the river. And this final event is the dance finals, where sure enough, Amanisha, I think I didn't say it right properly. Amanisha Manivarshi, called Nisha by her fans, is about to perform. And so Amanisha's performance is breathtaking, but it carries an edge of sadness. As she dances, an announcer explains that her performance represents the story of the city of Manavarsha's mysterious destruction and of the anguish carried by Nisha and all those Manivarshi who will never return to their ancestral home. As the dance ends, a tumultuous cheer rises from the crowd. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure that I can let anyone who wants to make a history check know a little bit more about what the deal is with Manivarshi.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot. Maybe I picked up something.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. Seeing if I was concentrating on other things.
Okay. Did anyone else
15?
have been? Oh, 15? Yeah,
12?
I think that's maybe enough to have heard a little bit about it. So 500 years ago, under circumstances that have never been fully explained, one of the city-states of this region, known as Manavarsha, was just entirely destroyed. On the last day of that year's Shenka trials, the city simply vanished, along with everyone there. A few survivors who were just outside of the city told of a towering wave along the Adiroit River, which I think, do we have that one? I don't think that's one of the ones labeled. That marked its demise. Subsequent attempts to reach its former location found nothing but endless swamps, and citizens who were away were left stranded. And so there's a diaspora of people who were from there but weren't there when it happened, and have spread around. But so that happened 500 years ago, during the Shenka trials of that year. And so that's, so her dance is honoring that, remembering all of that.
I can imagine that Dianok heard about that because that was actually part of the things that halfling did in our back and forth.
Sure. And so I think that all of you are kind of able to see that, she's great, but it's also obvious that she's really having an effect on the crowd. There's a lot of people who seeing this is especially meaningful, and some are like, wiping their eyes and that sort of thing. And so, sure enough, after brief deliberations, the trial judges produce a great conch shell trophy, the Riverines Shaka, and a judge bows, then beckons Nisha forward. Amid cheering and fanfare, she accepts the trophy and takes her place as the newest champion of the Shenka trials. And then nothing else happens. It's all totally fine.
Yeah.
Who are you? What have you done with Christiana?
Yeah.
But then, just as she is holding the trophy over her head, thunder rings out as the sky fills with clouds. From the formerly calm river, a surge of water rises, forming a towering wave that flings boats onto the banks. The massive wave crests in a mighty swell, crashing toward the crowded shore and riverine temple. You have a moment to react to this sudden disaster.
Grab hold of something solid.
Yeah. Big
Yeah.
bunny. Big bunny and big bunny embrace.
Brace for impact.
Is there something I can jump to?
Like what?
Because this is a courtyard. Maybe is there like how far are we from the panel where the judges are? Are they closer to where this
Well,
wave is
so
coming?
so where you are, this is a plaza surrounding the temple. It's thousands of feet long and packed with people.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
We'll be able to do
Man.
big bunny.
I mean, if you wanted to like try to jump to the roof of a building or something.
Oh, hold on. Can I take anybody else? Or is it just me?
Dimension door?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah, you
can.
can take people. You can take one person with you. I think.
Okay, so is anybody okay? I can
I can jump. Nobilis has jump.
one willing
or
creature of my
Kenthan has
size
jump.
or other.
Yeah, I think the rest of us can jump.
Yeah, I'm just not the physical.
I got some limit. I can. Is the wave like taller than buildings?
Yes, although to be sure, the higher up you are, the better off you will be because there's less water crashing to crash down on top of you.
Yeah, DNR's gonna teleport up to the top of the building.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm dimensioning door. If anyone's next to me, I'll say, "Come with me," and grab their hand. and do
I
it,
think
but-
that there's a kid.
Okay,
that's
I will
nearby.
grab. I will grab the kid.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you have a just a moment
Up,
of
come with me. I will say.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
wrap him up and dimension door. I haven't actually had a chance to use this spell yet. So here's a
I
good
think
chance.
you've got like a what looks like an 11-year-old dwarf girl.
Okay.
Who it looks startled, but you seem nice enough, and you could persuade her, and she sees the wave in any case. So, so is everyone else jumping up to try to go to this same roof? Like, how's that
Yeah.
working?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if it's the nearest roof, then yeah.
Is that what you're doing too, Nobilis?
If that's what everybody else is doing, yeah, so sure.
Okay.
Boom, bam.
All right, so everyone makes it up there. So you're going to make a strength saving throw, but having made it up on top of one of the buildings, you will make it with advantage.
This is still not a good roll for me.
Natural 20.
Not at all.
Dirty 21.
Oh boy.
I would
20.
like
Oh,
to
boy.
use
Natural
my
20.
critical to save Xenophon.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
bye board.
yeah. No, I'll allow that with a natural 20. You can grab hold of
Ooh, thank God I had advantage.
yeah.
Oh.
Well, the first one was the good one. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
All right. So I think the failure looks actually we're looking for a 15. So I think the only failure would have been Xenophon, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I think you're going to take half of what so you're only going to take 1 bludgeoning damage, and you would have been knocked prone, potentially falling off of the roof of the building, except that Kanthan grabs you by the scruff.
Thank you, Ken. Boy,
Can't get.
I'm such a fragile bard.
Well,
Can't get
oh yeah, no, I think I think the kid was protected.
Yeah, I was
Um,
grabbing a
yeah.
kid for dear life.
But so when the wave crashes down on the plaza, obviously there's thousands of people in the plaza. This is this is chaos, right? It is a lot of damage to the buildings. There's the wave is crashing into vendor stalls. Hundreds of people are in its wake. It's leaving behind a foot of standing water, even as the wave kind of recedes. That makes everything difficult terrain around this area. The wave has caused utter devastation across the plaza. Hundreds of people are rushing to escape. And so, what is everybody doing now?
I'm kind of speechless and stunned from the
Yeah, it's the natural disaster that we just seen unfold.
Mhm.
Or unnatural disaster.
Or an unnatural disaster, more be like even given our lives. There's gonna be people down there hurt and need
Mhm.
help, and we're gonna have
Yeah,
to get
no,
down.
it's like there are definitely people hurt. There's people desperately trying to get out of the area. There's chaos still down there.
Yeah, I mean, just get down there and help. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's
There's wounded. There's
Mhm.
people
yeah.
injured. There's people. I gotta find this young girl's family. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so are you what
Yep,
are you guys
going
doing? Climbing down?
going to
I,
climbing down to
I'm
help out.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
someone roll a d6.
I'll roll a d6.
All
2.
right. So as you're climbing down, I think Dianok, there's some local half elf who has a little bit of a glaze of panic in their eye, and they suddenly just sort of fixate on you and just say, no, you've got to get out of here. Come with me. Come with me. And he kind of just grabs you like by the arm, and he's trying to sort of flee with you. And it's like he's trying to help, but he's panicking, obviously.
Um, Dianok would like to basically take his desire to help and kind of steer it towards, you know, like, they're, seeing someone was, uh, that was knocked down
Mm-hmm.
and, like, say, steering towards that person and say, here, take this person and, and take
Okay.
them out.
Well, make a persuasion check to try to
Okay.
get
Can
them
try.
to switch their target.
I got a 0.
Okay. I think that they are going to attempt to, like, you are obviously not listening to reason. They're going to try to like hoist you up onto their shoulder and carry you away. So they're making a grapple check.
I'm going to use acrobatics to try and keep out.
Okay. Well, they rolled
Natural 20.
okay. They
23.
rolled very low, and so I think as they try to hoist you, you kind of duck out of the way, and they fall onto their hands and knees in the water, and then they just look up at you and just say, "Fine then," and then they run away.
Okay. Well,
So someone else roll a d6.
I'll roll one.
Re-roll if you get a double, like
Three.
like a repeat. Okay, so the with the 3, you spot as you're climbing back down into the plaza, you see that there's an old halfling woman has fallen down, and she's having trouble getting back up in the water, because even though it's like not that deep, it's deeper for a halfling, right? And you see that she's fallen down. She looks disoriented.
How far away is she from me?
I mean, near you. You see her.
Okay. Then I will go and try to help her up.
Okay. It's easy enough to help her up. She looks up at you and just says, "Oh, thank you, thank you. My son and my sister daughter-in-law. Where are they? I can't find them."
I will send her along with the rest of the group and look around for her family.
Make a perception check.
Let's see. I'm good at perception. That's so good at it. What we got here? There we go. 22.
Okay. Yeah, you spot another pair of halflings that have some resemblance, who seem to also be looking around, and she's point them out, and she says, "Oh yes, thank you so much." And with their help, they begin ushering her out of the area.
Okay. Did she look really hurt, or was she just more?
No, she was kind of just knocked down. She's maybe a little bit bruised, but otherwise she's okay.
Okay.
All right, so let's see. uh, let's just take turns. Everyone roll a d6. You know, someone who wants next.
All right, me next.
All right.
3 already taken.
Yeah.
3 already taken.
All right.
I'm alive.
Yeah, so drifting debris is drifting is being pushed along by the water. Make a dexterity saving throw.
8.
Okay, you are knocked prone into the water, and you are struggling to get back up. But the next thing is happening. Uh,
I'll roll next.
okay.
2 is already taken.
Mm-hmm.
3 is already taken.
What?
1.
Okay. You see that there is a stall selling mango drinks that has collapsed, and having been sampling systematically all of the different food vendors, you know that this mango drink stall is just especially good, and the owner was just like a really charming elven gentleman who just really passionate about mangoes apparently, and but you hear him calling for help from within the debris.
Okay, I will bounce over and help.
All right, make an athletics
maybe
check.
Splash over and help.
Mm.
Actually, I'm going to use no, well, my rune won't do me very much good here, but athletics check.
Yeah, well, that's what I said, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an 11.
Okay, I think you are having difficulty freeing the vendors at this time. You're so that you're still working on that. That you've not cleared that yet.
Okay.
What Xenophon? You're left, right? So.
Well, but you actually, I rolled and you gave it to Dianok.
Oh,
So
I'm sorry, I did.
So
you can
Dianok
give
should
it to-
give it, roll and give it to me.
Okay, fair enough.
3.
Yeah, that one was
Already
a
done?
specific thing. So, all right,
5.
we're looking for either a 4 or a 6.
Oh, wow.
All
Yeah,
right,
we're
4.
four.
Okay. So Xenophon, you see that there is someone who is like they're desperately, like they're on their hands and knees desperately like feeling around in the water for something, and they are like in danger of being trampled, and like so it's they're not whatever it is that they're looking for, they're putting their life in danger by looking for it.
Right. So I'm going to get between the crowd and them. It's like, can I help you? What are you looking for?
I had 20 silver pieces out in my hand that I was going to use to buy a mango drink, and now I've lost it. I've lost it somewhere on the ground.
I'll give you some money later. Let's get you out of this area first.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I think I can. I think I'm pretty
Much
good.
better for you to do it.
Yeah, it's much better for me to do persuasion checks than just about anybody. That's a 23.
Okay. You managed to break through the panic, and he was just saying, "Oh, yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. All right. And he is able to get out.
Good.
So go ahead and make another athletics check, Flounce.
All right, I'm going to use Giant Smite to get some leverage,
All right.
which means I can make this an advantage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so that's a 25.
Yeah. So suddenly, Giant Flounce just lifts the whole roof of this cart up, and the mango fan is able to escape. He says, "Thank you, thank you. If I ever open again, free drinks for life."
Aw.
Worth it.
So, Canthan, you got kind of knocked off your feet, and you're being like sort of swooshed along by the current of this receding water here. Go ahead and make
Okay.
another dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity, yeah.
Oh boy, yeah, you're having a rough go of it. I think that you're gonna you're starting to get trampled a little bit. Let's say 6 bludgeoning damage,
Ouch.
and I think maybe some of the rest of you maybe notice that Canthan seems to be like getting swept away a little bit.
Yeah, Flounce from her elevated line of sight is going to wade over and help you up.
All right. I think that's easily done.
That's
and
a
That
big
armor is
hand.
heavy.
So all of this, it has been, there's still a lot of chaos going on, but you've been trying to help people a little bit. But then Canthan, as Flounce kind of lifts you up out of the water and is holding you up a little bit, you happen to notice that over by at the base of the temple, creatures of living water are attacking the people that are trying to flee.
All right then. Here we
Well,
go.
then we do what we do best.
Yes.
We poke it.
Poke it, exactly.
You poke, I slash.
Okay.
Okay.
As you're directing everybody over in that direction, uh, certainly you have like been here a little while. You know a little bit about this temple. Anyone who's proficient in religion? Do we have anyone who's proficient in it?
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can make
I
a
am.
religion check.
15.
Okay.
22.
Okay. Both of you recognize that these creatures of living water are temple guardians. So why they're attacking people is unclear, but they're not like monsters from nowhere. They are part of like the temple's own defenses.
Uh-oh. Like an immune reaction.
Mm.
Maybe the people were trying to loot on their way out.
Well, in any case, they are attacking people who try to flee right now. So tell me what you're all doing.
I'm going to charge over to the nearest the person who is being attacked and interfere with the attacker. I believe I can use a help action to give them disadvantage. And just why are you attacking this person?
Okay. I think the nature of you. I mean, are you trying? You're just asking, right?
Yes.
I mean, I guess you can make a persuasion check if you want,
Okay.
or intimidation if you wanted that.
25.
Well, there you go. Yeah. So I think before anyone else has even gotten over there, it's just something about the strength of your, like the desperation of your acting and defending this this person. The elementals kind of stop for a moment and kind of like look around, and it's obvious now that these people like rushing past are not like rushing into the temple, and they kind of sort of stand down, withdraw back to sort of the temple borders, and then sort of dissolve back into the water. It seems like they were confused somehow. And as they are as they sort of dissipate, several people emerge from the temple, and it's the Shenka trial contestants and judges, along with the temple's leader, High River Singer Plebon Batyali, a 200-year-old chaotic good halfling priest, who probably had been introduced to briefly as a VIP at some point. And there are people who are wounded, but thankfully people are alive. However, Amanisha Manivarshi and the Riverines Shenka trophy are missing. Plebon approaches the characters and says, "The river came for Aminasha and the Riverines Shenka. The wall of water descended and flowed around us, seeking Amanisha as she tried to help others to safety. It seized her and the trophy, and then pulled them both away." And I think that's maybe a good place to.
That's a good place.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Hey.
That's interesting.
Yes. Nice cliffhanger to end tonight's session on. So thank you everybody for listening and or watching, and we will return soon for more adventure on so many levels, but probably not next week, at least not for a regular session, because I think we have people out. It's going to be messy for the holiday season. We'll figure it out,
Mhm.
but we'll be back when we can for more adventure on so many levels.
How many levels?
Many
Yay!